Okay, so in continuing our lesson for today, we will discuss where do the problem came from. Okay? Now, the research problem greatly depends on the contemporary problems. Okay? It depends on the contemporary problems we have during our modern times. Okay? When we say contemporary, it means that it is the present problems. Okay, the problems we have during our time. So, may it be in the field of sciences, math, social studies, or even linguistics. Okay, problems will exist. Okay, research covers. Okay, let's write that down. Research covers a wide variety of disciplines. Whenever we say disciplines, it pertains to the different subjects. Okay? Just like what we mentioned earlier, may it be in the field of sciences, maths, social studies, linguistics, anthropology, etc. Okay? Research covers a wide variety of disciplines. Meaning to say, research heavily depends on the problem. And this problem is the contemporary problem. Now, this contemporary problem is commonly known as the existing problems. Okay, the existing problems. And this existing problem is known as the rationale. Okay, let's write that down bigger. Okay, rationale. Yan. So, problems, okay, the problems are derived from the existing problems or the rationale of the different disciplines. Okay, that is why research covers a wide variety of disciplines. That is the main reason why research tackles a wide variety of subjects, because its problem is derived from the rationale of these different subjects. We have different problems for different types of subjects. For example, in sciences, we have problems relating to earth sciences, chemistry, physics, whatsoever. In mathematics, we have problems derived from statistics, derived from trigonometric analysis. In the field of linguistics, we have different problems like communication barriers, etc., etc. So, okay, so that is why research revolves on the problem. Now, since we have these existing problems or the rationale of the different disciplines, how do we come up with such problems? Meaning to say, how are the problems born? Okay? Analogical to a baby, how is a baby made? How is a baby born? So, we apply that question to this. How is a problem made? How is a problem born? Where does the rationale came from? Okay? So, the rationale or the existing problem, okay, so the rationale or the existing problem is actually acquired. When we say acquired, it's actually got. Okay, it is actually acquired and observed through the use of knowledge. So meaning to say, without knowledge, okay, without the knowledge over a certain discipline, we cannot identify rationales. We cannot identify problems. Okay? The acquisition of knowledge, okay, The acquisition of knowledge is very essential to perform research. Okay? Because without this knowledge, it is very impossible for us to identify a problem or identify a rationale and to provide a solution for it. So meaning to say, without knowledge, rationale will not exist. Also, solutions will not also exist. Okay? So take note. Okay? Let's take note of this. Okay? In the process of scientific method, the very first step in completing a scientific method is to identify the problem. Okay? So without the knowledge over a certain discipline, we cannot perform the first step of scientific procedure or process, rather, scientific method. So without knowledge, we cannot perform the first step in the scientific method, which is to identify the problem. Okay? So that is where the rationale or where the problem came from. It is acquired and observed through the use of our knowledge. Okay? But the question here is, where do we find knowledge? Okay? What are the different sources of knowledge? So that will be tackled in our next video presentation.